Welcome to the exciting world of baritone ukulele. There are two different tunings that ukuleles use. The baritone is the one that uses the tuning of the first four strings of a guitar. So any chord, any melody that we learn on the baritone, we can take it and play it on the guitar, standard tuning. The soprano, concert, and tenor ukuleles have their own special tuning. I normally refer to this as a G tuning and the tuning of the tenor, concert, or soprano as a C tuning. That's just my way of categorizing them. So let's get right on it. This part of the instrument is the body. This is the neck, and this is the head. And then the head has the tuning pegs, and I'll send you a video on how to tune. Now, we're going to number three things. We're going to number our fingers, we're going to number the strings, and we're going to number these metal pieces that run across the board, the fretboard of the instrument. These are called frets, F-R-E-T-S, frets. Now, this big white piece, that's called a nut. We don't number it, it's just a nut. But we number the frets, 1, 2, 3, and we could keep going. But right now, today, we just need to know 1, 2, 3, the numbers of the frets. Next, we're going to number our fingers on the left hand. Now, the thumb is, if it's ever used in a chord or something, it is a T. But we're going to number our fingers 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Now, we're going to use most of the time just in chords 1, 2, and 3. So numbering them, I want 1 piece of pizza, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So now we've numbered the metal pieces called frets. 1, 2, 3. It would do you good to touch them and count them out loud. 1, 2, 3. And never think that looking at the fretboard is a bad thing. It's not cool to not look. Look at it. Oh, what a beautiful fretboard. Let's number the frets. With your finger, number 1, fret number 1, fret number 2, fret number 3. Fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to number the strings. There are 4 strings on this instrument. Our number 1 string will be the small string that's closest to the ground. That is string number 1. Touch it. String number 1. Next one, string number 2. String number 3. String number 4. So now I'm using my right hand to touch and number the strings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Frets 1, 2, 3. Fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. And strings, smallest one, number 1, toward the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, let's talk about holding the pick. These picks are called teardrops because one part is big and rounded, and then the other part is pointed down. And if you were to take this upside down and stick it on your face, it looks like a teardrop for a clown. Okay? Teardrop. So, take the tip of the pick in your left hand. The thumb of the right hand is going to cover on the back side about 2/3 of it, and then on your finger, the first digit, the first little joint right there is going to touch it. So there is 2/3 with the thumb, and then there is the first joint. Okay, so hold that pick, just like that. Now this is your video. You can stop it and go back and watch it again if it didn't make sense. Look at it again. And if there's ever a time that something doesn't make sense to you, shoot me an email. Webguitar, number 1, webguitar1 @gmail.com. And I'll do my best to answer it quickly. So now we're going to take the pick, we're going to rest it on the first string around where the hole is. You don't want to be way back here, you want to be where the hole is. You'll get your best sound. Now the left hand, right now we're just going to hold the ukulele with the left hand, the neck. So take your pick, it's going to rest on that first string, and if we flop it through, then that's going to be a downstroke. Try that. Put your pick on the string, actually stick it on the string, and then flop it. Let it kind of flop. You don't want to be too rigid, it'll sound like this. And that's not musical. It is a note, but it's not musical. It's not pleasing to the ear. So you kind of bend, let it bend down and just flop it through. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to learn to count 1, 2, 3, 4. You've probably never done that in your whole life. 1, 2, 3, 4. Most of the songs that we do for a while will be in what's called 4/4 time, and we count in each measure 1, 2, 3, 4. You've heard songs, and you just start tapping your toe or you start moving, and if you were the musician, you would know where 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, when the song's playing. So you probably have picked up what I think is the most important beat of any measure. That's right, beat number 1. If we don't know where 1 is, we're lost. We may not play on 1 in some songs, but we need to know and feel 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, holding the neck with that pick on the first string, we're going to count and flop that string 4 times. Let me do it for you. We'll come back and do it together. Now, when we play, we're going to count off preparatory beats, prep beats, and I'll do 4, then I'll play and count 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, off. Let me do that again, slower. 1, 2, 3, play. 1, 2, 3, 4, off. All right, let's play it together. This is the first string, no fingers, so we call that open, and it is an E note. Ready? I want you to count with me and play with me. 1, 2, 3, play. 1, 2, 3, 4, off. Good. Now, before we go any further or go faster, let's play 2 measures. And remember that measure are the beats 1, 2, 3, 4 that we played. Well, we're going to do another measure, same way. Left hand, holding the ukulele right near the nut, pick, leaning on the first string, 4 prep beats, and then we're going to play and count 2 measures. Ready? 1, 2, 3, play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. All right. Now we're going to make our first chord. Remember, we numbered the strings, 1, 2, 3, 4. We numbered the frets, 1, 2, 3. And we numbered our fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, guess what? We're going to use finger number 3 on the very first string, 3rd fret. 3rd finger, first string, 3rd fret. All right, I hope you can get that. This is what it should sound like. Now, you notice I'm making sure that I really let that pick flop through the very first string. Because a lot of times people hit and pick their hands up, and this is what they sound like. Now, again, the That's not musical, and it's not the chord. The chord has to have all 4 notes. Young people seem to have a problem playing individual notes, but it'd be good if you could play that G chord like that, and also play this G chord like that. Alright, so with the G chord, we're going to do the same thing we did with the first string open, but we're going to strum all 4 strings. So now, rest your pick on the 4th string. That's the one closest to your chin. We're going to count 4 prep beats, count and play 4 G chords. Remember, you can always stop this video and go back, or stop it to get ready to do the next thing. Use the video. Don't just watch it and not do anything. Watch it, stop it, do it. Watch it, stop it, do it. Yeah. Okay, here we go. G chord. 4 prep beats, 1 measure, count and play. 1, 2, 3, play. 1, 2, 3, 4, off. Did it sound good? Did it sound like that, or did it sound like this? If it does, that means you're not squeezing that string. Well, you need to know where my thumb is. My thumb is on the back of the neck. On the back of the neck. It's not down here. Don't ever let it get down there. And it's not over the top. You don't need that. It needs to be on the back of the neck. And that way you can pinch that string. Yeah. So it's got this, not this. Oh. So you'll have to work with that. Now, here's a nifty little thing. In music on the instruments, we use the tip of our fingers. Even when we type on a keyboard, we're still kind of using the fatty part, but in playing, we're using the very tips. This is a new thing for our fingers. So you've got to almost have a C look to it as you come to it and play it. If you have difficulty when we do our video time together on Zoom, we'll talk about it. Ah, G major 7. What happened? I didn't get to the 3rd fret. I'm only on the 2nd fret. Move it to the 3rd and I've got a G. Alright, we're going to do it again. We're going to play 2 measures of a G chord. Preparatory, count and play. 1, 2, 3, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and off. Great. Alright. We're going to play our first song together. I've sent you the sheet music, and you'll notice that there are words, and then there's forward slashes. Well, what is that? Well, the forward slash is the downstroke that we just played. So you can follow those slashes with your eyes and know how many times you're going to strum on each line. Now, the way I type this out, I have us doing 4 strums per each line that's on the page. Let me do the first 2 lines of Brother John, and then we'll come back and do it together. Again, this is the G chord, 1st string, 3rd finger, 3rd fret. The first 2 lines of Are You Sleeping, Brother John? 1, 2, 3, play. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? All right, get ready. Did you notice that the slash is on the word or the part of the word where we strum? Then that's the way the song's going to be. Let's do the whole song together. If you need to stop it and get your music ready, do that. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do Brother John 1 time through. 4 prep beats. I will sing and you strum with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, play. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Brother John, Brother John. off and running. Try to play this song 1,000 times before next week. All right, you can watch me turn my camera off.